Welcome back to another edition of Guild Talk Sports. This time it's game 2 of the 3-game series here at Sci-Fair. And with me, of course, is the coach, Vinnie Carreon of the Cougars. And Vinnie, welcome back.
Hey, thanks. Good to be back and ready to get after it today.
You know, it was a very interesting game last night. The Eagles wound up taking it 1-0, but 0-0 at the end of 6.
Yeah.
It was a nail biter all the way.
Yeah, really good ball game between two good teams, and they're as good as advertised, and our kids gave them everything they wanted yesterday, and the hope is that we can come out and do it again today, and maybe put up a few on the board and give ourselves a chance to play tomorrow.
And of course, you're going to be facing the same pitcher as last night, and I understand you're throwing the same pitcher for you guys.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a rematch, and so we'll see how that goes, and of course, Kylie's going to be ready to go as soon as we need her, and hopefully we get to their kid early and we can get into their open a little bit and see what they got.
Well, Addie pitched a good game, pitched out of a lot of innings. The defense was, again, spectacular. The Eagles stranded 9 runners in the game.
Yeah, we made a couple of miscues, but they were early in innings, and then our defense was able to come back and end some innings for us. A couple of kids thrown out at the plate, and some really good defensive play on our end. And like you mentioned, Addie threw a great game. I think she had gave up 5 hits yesterday, and was getting key ground balls when we needed them late in the inning and when they had runners in scoring position. So she did her job. Defense kind of backed her up there, and they came up with a big hit when they needed to in the 7th.
Now, we did have a couple of throws at the plate to get the runner out, get that lead runner. That was really good.
Yeah.
A couple of plays that stick out to me was your daughter. The ball got hit to short, and she went over to her left. And it looked like the ball hit the heel of her glove as it bounced up. But then it caromed right to the second base where Yates picked it up for the force out.
Yeah, she was kind of in between, I think, a dive or a slide there, and kind of dove for it, and it hit off her glove, and just a very fortunate hop. And of course, Yates was there to do her job and rolled right to her, and we were able to get out of the inning. So a lot of good things like that yesterday. Just really worked out for us on the defensive side when we needed it to, and but it all starts with the kid in the circle doing her job and getting us ground balls.
The other play that I thought was unfortunate was the one hopper into the wall.
Yeah.
And here they have a corrugated steel wall, and I didn't pay much attention to it when we came in, but that ball hit a seam and then ricocheted all the way over to the first base line.
Yeah, when you come to ballparks like this, first of all, a beautiful ballpark. But when you're here and they have a wall like that, that you could have some crazy hops. And that just, happened to hit a corner there and bounced away from our fielder. And, the kid was able to get a triple, a well-hit ball. But, fortunate for us, we left her stranded there. Actually, I think we threw her out in the next batter or two. And so we were able to get out of that inning as well. So,
right.
But yeah, that's the way the ball bounces sometimes. And our kids did a good job of staying tough and staying in it and doing their job and getting us out of it.
Now, game 2 tonight, you're down 1-0 in a 3-game series. What's the philosophy for the team? What'd you tell them?
Hey, if they didn't believe before yesterday that we can play with this team, they have to believe now. That's a good ball club over there. Coach Fuller does a great job with them, and we knew that coming in. And our kids are confident. They came in confident yesterday, and they competed well at the plate. And you hope that now with a little bit of experience and some at-bats under their belt that they're going to be ready to go and face a really good pitcher today, and hopefully we can barrel a few balls and get some offense going.
And, of course, looking for the victory tonight and push it into the if game. But you did come in confident, and anytime you can get to the 7th inning at 0-0, you got a shot.
That's right. That's the thing. We wanted to, we knew that if we could be ahead or if it could be tied going into the 7th, that we'd be in a good spot. And, we talked earlier today that they haven't given up a run, or maybe they've given up one run since February. And so, maybe we can put a little pressure on them. We can score a few and kind of get them in an unfamiliar situation. Maybe it'll work out for us. And, we've been in some tight ball games, and we've fought for everything we've had this year. And so, being down or being close doesn't really scare us too much because it's been who we are.
Well, I'll share with you, it scares me.
Yeah, the kids are used to it. So they played some great games.
I'm on pins and needles over there, and don't know whether to call 911 because of a heart attack.
Yeah.
And So it's pretty scary though, but it was exciting for the fans.
That's right. That's why it's fun. You know, like if it wasn't close, if it wasn't pressure, it wouldn't be as fun as, you know, the wins wouldn't feel as great and the losses wouldn't hurt as much. But, you know, it's one of those deals. Like I said, it was a great ball game yesterday against a really good team, and, you know, our kids felt, obviously, other than losing, they felt like, man, we just lost a really good ball game to a good team, and you know, we come back and do the same thing tomorrow. Maybe it comes out the other way, and so that's the goal today.
And that's why we're here in Game 2. When we come back from the break, we'll talk with the other guy, Coach Fuller over there from the Eagles, and then stay tuned after that. It'll be the player introductions and the first pitch of tonight's game number 2 from Cy-Fair. You're on Guild Talk Sports. We'll be right back.
Howdy, Patrick Henning here with your Gilmore Electric Express light bulb moment. When the power goes down, you need backup. A home backup generator can keep your lights on, your fridge cold, and your devices charged. It's like having a personal power plant in your backyard. Power up with Gilmore Electric Express. We specialize in generator installation and maintenance, so you're never left in the dark. For your electrical needs, don't settle for less. Call Gilmore Electric Express at 979-77-LIGHT.
Welcome back to Guild Talk Sports. We are just moments away from play introductions and the first pitch, but we're going to check in right now with Eagles coach Aaron Fuller. And Aaron, thanks for being with us here on the Guild Talk Sports Show.
Yeah, thanks for having me again. Appreciate it. Last night was fun, so hopefully we can do it again.
It was so exciting. I don't know how you coaches do it, really. I mean, 0-0, top of the 7th inning. I think you guys must love that kind of pressure. I don't know.
I don't know if you'd say love that kind of pressure. Definitely puts a lot more stress on us than we want. But but thankfully our girls, we've kind of been put through these tests the last couple of weeks. You know, and Nederland battled us 1-0 in the district play, and then Katie 1-0 ball game, and then you know, last week against Angleton we had two really close ball games. So I mean, our girls are kind of getting used to the tight ball games and the pressure now, which is good. And that's what I told them as the weeks have gone on and we've been in the tight situations late in the ball game. I said it's only going to pay off for you further in the playoffs, and it's kind of what we expected against College Station. We knew it was going to be tight ball games. It was going to be a great series.
I saw you a couple times because I'm on the home side tonight. But I saw you walk around the home plate and you were going out to your perch over there at third base, and you were just deep in concentration about, you know, it was 4th, 5th, 6th inning, still 0-0. You know, what do you got to do to get a run?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always trying to plan ahead with the inning. You know, if we get the leadoff girl, who is it? Who's coming up? How can we possibly advance a runner? If she gets on first, what do we plan on doing? If she ends up hitting a double and gets on second, how are we going to try to get her over and get her in? I'm always trying to try to think 2 or 3 steps ahead. But and I felt like we had pretty good at bats. Schilling threw a great game last night, man, and the College Station's defense was lights out.
It was the defense that kept them in it. I mean,
no
you guys
doubt.
stranded 9 runners, according to my count.
Yeah.
Unofficial.
And it's hard to win games against quality teams like College Station when you strand that many runners. But you got to tip your hat to their pitching and defense last night. They played incredible.
Couple of throws outs right at home plate.
Yeah, 2 outs at the plate. We had we had a big nobody out with runners on first and second, and hit into a double play, a base hit that we thought was going to score a run early in the game, and Carreon dives and knocks it to second base. Yeah, it was just unbelievable defense, and like I say, tip your hat to them because they played lights out. But we kind of just told our girls to keep grinding. You know, keep grinding. That we were threatening in almost every inning, and we felt like eventually we were going to get the big hit when it counted. We're trying to do everything we could to try to put pressure on, but College Station handled it well. But hats off to our girls for continuing to grind and continuing to battle, and eventually, finally, Avery came through for us and got the big hit with a runner scoring position when we needed it there at the end.
And we had Macy on in the post-game show last night, which is on air, of course, at Guild Talk Sports on all your social medias. Go and check that out. Nice words from her, and she's going to be in the circle again today.
Yeah, she is. She's our go-to, and as long as she's good to go, she's going to be in there. She pitched a great game last night. A good College Station's offense is tough. I mean, top to bottom tough. She pitched really well, even got into some jams, and ended up making some great pitches to get herself out of them a couple times. And so that's kind of what we've grown to expect from her. We know as long as she's in the circle and she's pitching like she's capable, we got a chance to win. We just know our offense needs to kind of settle down and start swinging the bats like we're capable and get her a little bit more run support. But we know no matter what, she's gonna do her best to keep us in the ball game.
Well, I focused on the 12 strikeouts when I was talking to her, but really when I got home, I realized, oh my goodness, it was a shutout too.
Yeah. Shutting out anybody in the postseason is a big accomplishment. But especially a good offense like College Station. You look at the teams that they've played and the runs that they put up against really quality pitchers throughout the year. They've got a good offense, and so for her to do that last night was great. And exactly what we needed. If we don't have a shutout last night, we probably don't win a ball game. And so we don't need her to be perfect, but she brings her A game every day and gives us a chance to win. And so the strikeouts and the shutouts that she provides really help us do that.
So game 2 tonight, their backs are up against the wall. What did you tell the girls?
Yeah, and we got to come out and play like we're capable. We told them after the game last night that this thing's not over. If we don't play like we're capable, then we can be beat. College Station's got a really good team, and so we can be beat. So we just got to relax at the plate and make sure that we're swinging at more quality pitches than we did last night. And I think we'll start getting better results. But we know that the job's not finished, and we still got to come out and play well tonight, or else we know College Station can force a game 3.
All right, well, game 2 is right on tap right now. After we come back from the break, it'll be the player introductions, which I missed yesterday. I'm sorry about that. With the time change and everything, moving it to 8, I misjudged the opening of the show, but that's okay. I didn't get the air or anything.
You'll get it tonight. Hopefully the umpires show up on time and everything runs smooth tonight.
So, after the break, it's player introductions, and then the first pitch. Coach, thank you so much.
Yes,
it was
sir.
so great meeting you
Yes, sir, you
last
too.
couple days.
Thank you.
And like I said, good luck with your program in the future years. You got a quality program going.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the time.
All right,
Thanks for
we'll be
having me.
right back in Gill Talk Sports and BCS Ball right after this.
Gill Talk Sports welcomes our newest sponsor, Static Heating and Air. Born and raised right here in Bryan, Texas, Luis Reyes knows all about Texas weather. That's why he created Static Heating and Air. With Static, you stay comfortable all year round. Specializing in repair, installation, and maintenance of your heating and cooling system, Static offers honest recommendations, quality work, all while saving you money.
Thank you for choosing Static.
Reliable heating and air conditioning service. No pressure, just solutions. Call 979-402-1832.
And welcome back to Gill Talks, the post-game edition here. And unfortunately for the Cougars, the season has come to an end. And Vinnie, in reflecting the last couple innings on the show, I was reflecting back to all the great moments that we had seen with the Cougars and was really appreciative of just being able to spend some time with the Cougars this year and doing as many games as I did.
Yeah, it was a great year, and of course we appreciate you kind of coming along the ride with us here, and really proud of our kids and the year that they had and the work that they put in, and they had a good season. One of those deals that maybe they don't appreciate it today, but I think when they reflect back on the year, they're going to be really proud of their work.
And I was going down the roster of everybody that's returning.
Yeah.
You are going to be a very veteran-laden team next year.
Yeah, that's the thing. We had a good mix of some veteran kids and some kids with experience, and then some younger kids who got their feet wet a little bit this year, and so that's just going to help them be better next year. And I mean, you can't ask for a better senior group to kind of lead them through this, and so we're going to miss those kids a ton. And it was really great at the end there. Aubrey told them, hey, this is your job to keep it going. And I had a lot of faith that she had a lot of faith that they could keep doing that, and I do too. And so we're excited about where the program is and where it's headed. But it's always tough. This last game's always tough.
Well, I was really happy that she at least got to hit the ball in her last at bat and sent it to left field all the way back to the wall.
Yeah, I thought we had some Aubrey magic there to wrap up her career, and that's just. It's one of those deals that it's hard to put into words how much that kid means to our program and all those kids, but specifically the year that she's had as a senior and the work that she's done, and offensively what she's done for us, and we don't even talk about the defensive side of things when she's so good at first base.
Right, Gold Glove there.
Man, amazing what she's done for us her time here, and so yeah, it was really good to see her get barrel one up there at the end. And
yeah.
So it was a good.
And of course, I'll never forget the 3 home runs against Porter in a row. I've never seen that before. I doubt I'll ever see it again. And just something really special for me to be on the call for something like that. So of course, you don't do all this by yourself. You got some great assistant coaches that help you.
Absolutely. It's one of those things that.
Go ahead and say who they are.
Yeah, sure. I get to talk to you all the time, but the people behind the scenes kind of do most of the work. And so Kristen Gutierrez is my top assistant. She's been here. This is year 4 for her. Just really does a great job with our outfilders and on our lefties, and just kind of my right-hand man, and does everything that takes care of all the things that we need her to take care of, and just a huge asset for us. And then Coach Carreon is is a former Cougar and loves everything purple, and has a lot of passion for the game. And as soon as we get over from basketball, we just get better because she's there to just inspire these kids and work hard, and she brings a lot to the table, with the knowledge that she has, and just is a big part of what we do. And then Courtney Reyes was a huge deal for us this year. She stepped into a role that we really needed her to fill, and helped our younger kids come along, and then during the varsity games was a big asset to us, just keeping the kids locked in on the game. So we got a great staff, not to mention all the people who help us run games, and the parents have just been a huge blessing for us, and the things that they do for our program.
And all the fans.
That's the thing. These kids, they're, seeing all the people here, and the ride that these kids get to take them on. I told the kids today that they don't understand the joy that they bring to the parents, and how exciting it is to be a parent and be able to watch your kid compete and have success. And so, it's a lot of fun. It's a good, great community, and our kids, made their parents proud, made us proud, and so it was a good year.
Well, it was, and like I said already, just tremendous to go along with that ride with you. And thanks to Tom for assigning me to as many Cougar games as he did. I don't make those decisions. That's above my pay grade.
That's right. Well, let's run it back next year.
Well, I'm looking forward to that already. So for the final time with the Lady Cougars, this is Gil Dominguez for Tom Turbyville and everybody at BCS Ball. Congratulations, Vinnie, making it the second round of the playoffs. And we will see you next year, and we'll see you next year right here on Gil Talk Sports and BCSBall.com. Good night, everybody, from Cypress.
Go Cougs.
That was easy.